Alrighty. I believe we are getting the stream started here. See if I can test the audio here real quick. Okay, we are good to go. This is the nickel-plated Condor. You guys can call me Jesse. It is Thursday, November 12th, and we're approaching the end of our week here. So we're gonna do some trading today. Some options are getting really close to expiration, so we'll see how those work out today. And yeah, I think we'll do Disney earnings today as well. So we will see. I'll need to have a look at Disney. Here's Netflix. I got out of the swing trade at this breakout here because I was happy with my profit because I got in back here. I think it wasn't very good. I mean, if I did on the 1 hour over here, I would have been a lot better off just holding a bit longer. But that was one of my first times just swing trading a stock. Normally I'm doing options and spreads, so felt pretty good. You can see if we zoom in our buyers and sellers lines and how they interacted with Netflix throughout most of the day. Right here, you can see that we put in this bottom level a couple of times if you count there, and the buyers would always come in at the 478, 477 level. And we hit this resistance of sellers a couple times. They gave through once, but then they came back down. Eventually found it as a sort of support, and they haven't looked back since. So good for them. I'm going to delete these indicators, delete these charts because I'm done with them now. You're going to let me actually, is it command click? There we go. Clear drawing set. And it is on to the next stock. I would keep trading Netflix, but if we look at the 1 hour, you can see our MACD weakening and then possibly finding resistance underneath this 180 MA. So that is not an optimal position right there. So I am going to look for other stocks. In this case today, I think I'm going to do Disney. We have Disney earnings coming up. We had a big run up here. This was on Monday. So over the weekend, they had this big shot up when SPY hit their all-time highs here. This is about the same right here. Let's remove the drawing set on here as well. We could almost do some channeling out on SPY as well, kind of where the support and resistance is, how they kind of been sitting still in comparison to their big spike here. But down here on Disney, we've had a small downtrend here after this big spike, which is more like a correction rather than a downtrend. We got some news on Disney. Overweight raises price target to 160 from Morgan Stanley. You have 160 from 135, so bullish for Morgan Stanley. Not really anything else in particular I'm seeing on there that's really good. But yes, they have earnings after the bell today. I'll have to check here what time it is. I'm just doing Market Chameleon right now until I better understand Thinkorswim, because while Thinkorswim is my main broker, if there's Walt Disney, the call is at 4:30 p.m. So I don't know if that's Eastern or what. So they're at 4:30, so that's 30 minutes after the bell. If that's showing it as Eastern, because I'm in Central Time Zone. There's quite a few. Unity Software, Cisco. Got some good ones. Might have to play a couple of those. I'll do one passively and one a bit more, and I'll do them both kind of conservative. Let's see here. XPEV up 5% pre-market after EPS. Okay, so earnings. It's a low RSI scanner here. This is on the day, so a big drop off from HPI, low RSI. You know, this one might be a good one here. I like HBI. I'm gonna add them to my list here. Where is it? Add to watch list. Potential upside stocks. Did it let me do that? There we go. So if you go to our potential upside stocks list, I only have stupid Mac mouse. I only have a couple on here. I have WPM, which I want to watch through 45. What are they currently at? Oh, they're back up through it. I'm not sure about the RSI and MACD now here on the 15-minute. How about... Yeah, they're getting high on the 5 too. I probably should have got in a bit earlier. MACD line cross down here. Oh well. I'm going to take that one off because that was kind of the thing I was looking for. Maybe confirmation right there is probably when I would have gotten in. I don't know how to remove from watch list. Anyway, I'll figure that out later. This guy here, though, looks like they had some bad earnings and they've just been sitting still here. But on the 1 day, we have a lowering MACD, really low RSI. I want to watch and see if they have found support down here, if they're going to turn around and start to go up as a good recovery after this big earnings beatdown. We got to wait for an upside. Gold highs pre-market. Oh, is gold back up? This isn't the same ticker, but 2609 from 2534. So that's a small movement for something like gold, but you know. Still really low MACD here. That would have been a good buy. Let's look at let's move over here to our other bigger charts and look through our scanners. Day low RSI, we only have HBI, which I put on our watch list. I think I would like them if we showed a bit of a, maybe the MACD weakens here, goes back down as this is kind of coming closer together, and then when we get a cross down here is when we would get it. So HBI watching for a MACD line cross. What about the 1 hour low RSI scanner? We have a few here. EPR. Looks like they had a big run up a couple days after earnings. So I don't know if it was earnings that made them shoot up. Who is that? I can't see the brand very well here. Yeah, just looking at it here, we had a consistent downtrend yesterday here. I don't have the studies put up. Let me put those back. MACD histogram crossover. Oh, that's these arrows. I'm going to go back to simple moving average. Add selected. We're going to add 2. This one we're going to make to 9. And change to green. Okay, apply. Okay, better. So on the 1 minute, we stayed underneath the 180 period moving average the entire day. Not a single time, unless they got really close right there. Nope. So they had this big spike up for something. This was on Monday, maybe that's the earnings call transcript. Nothing else until here. Shares itself of real estate stocks trading higher amid positive vaccine news. Oh, that could have been it. Just real estate. Duh. I'm not sure if I like that one because it kind of failed off of the 180 period moving average there. I could watch it through a break again if they try to turn around. Next one, Kohl's. Looks like they shot up and they kind of... Oh, yeah, this one's nice. I really like the MACD I see on this one. We had a huge move up, clean fundamental move down, and now we're way below the zero line again. That might be a good buy if the RSI thinks we're overbought right there. On the 1 day, we are trending towards overbought. So it might not be the strongest swing position. It looks like we dropped again here in after hours. No, this is the early morning. That might be one to look at. Kohl's. Okay. LUV, Southwest. They're trending down. A lot of stocks had this big spike up for this whole news coming out over the weekend. I'm not sure if I want to trade airlines though. PK, not sure what this is. It's got kind of a similar looking MACD and stuff to those other stocks, so I'm wondering if that ran up. Is it 12? Ran up to 13. Okay, not bad. Play Dave & Buster's. Nah, not touching Dave & Buster's. United Airlines, steady downtrend. Looks just like Dave & Buster's. They're both trading down the same way. And Wynn Resorts. They look like they trended down a little bit less percentage-wise. See, if they went from 44 to 37 and they went from 106 to 90. Yeah, it's close to the same. Wynn. I don't know about Wynn. Maybe with this, I feel like the market reacted too quickly to the vaccine news because we're still not going to have it for months. I kind of talked about it yesterday where I don't think we're really going to see anything big until the vaccine is actually distributed. We're starting to distribute the vaccine. Wynn and these airlines have no business in going up right now so much when the news is still months away. The vaccine's still months away, so I'm not trying to be a pessimist. I'm trying to be a realist and try to figure out why the market is moving the way it is right now. I'm not saying that's not good for the airlines, but the airlines traded up too much. Disney here kind of did similar, but they've trended down a little bit slower than the other ones. They have other streams of income. They have their streaming service, which I think they're kind of trying to lean on right now during this pandemic, and they do have earnings today, so that would have been, I think, a good... I wonder what would happen if you just bought shares of a stock 1 week before earnings and held the run up just all the time. What that would do for you. So I'll look at Disney for an iron condor. We'll have to see what the market maker move is this morning. See how much credit I might try to get out of there. For Disney, the legs on the options are all looking like $1 apart. Is it all $1 apart? $1 apart up to 150. Okay. So at close yesterday, the market maker move was 5.3. So it's going to change here at open because it changes based on what the at the money options are priced at and stuff. My Netflix option that I sold out of for a profit earlier finished at 9 cents. I think I took my profit at 40, so 50% profit. But I only held it overnight once. Probably should have held it though. I had a bigger spread at the beginning of the week where it was a $10 wide strike spread between like the 470 and the 460. But when they shot down through 470, I thought that I should probably try to get out. So I got out when I saw a 3-bar play on the 5-minute chart to the downside because I didn't want to see my account be impacted negatively anymore. And I've mentioned it a few times on stream here now, but I want to keep mentioning it so that I also can remind myself why some of these things, why I'm doing some of them, and kind of helping me learn from the trading process a little bit better here. So I have a couple spreads here on SPY. I could probably see if I went $10 on each side, I could realistically only get 30 cents credit, so I'd have to move a little bit closer than that. For SPY, they are going to finish down about $1.40. That's pretty far down. That's going to affect some of my spreads. I mean, the Condors will probably be fine. So I'll look at the Disney earnings. And then SPY, I'll evaluate what my debit and credit spreads are doing and look for a MACD turnaround. I think I'm starting to gravitate toward the 1 hour timeline being my favorite in terms of finding a place to sell spreads, because while it takes a long time, there's less times when you see that happen, less MACD line crosses on the 1 hour. They tend to be a bit more solid. Like here's Disney here on the 1 hour. Right there, they started to cross. I mean, I think any run up that day you could have maybe well, that was kind of when the market closed, because I mean, if you were bearish on them here, you thought they were about to validate out, it might not have been a great idea to try to get into options here right before, unless you had an initial bearish belief that they would go down. But yeah, if you followed the MACD and for them to confirm under here, then it would have taken you till about 6 p.m. to actually do it, and the option market would have been closed for a few hours by then. Similarly with Netflix, that's how I got into my Netflix trade, or that's how I should have. 1 hour here. Is that a big beat down? Quick recovery. They were beat down because all the pandemic stocks, I think, went down a lot when we had this vaccine news. We were like, oh no, less people are going to watch Netflix. Well, that might be true. The thing about Netflix, though, is, and same thing with Disney, when you have a prescription service, how many people, subscription service, need to prescribe you your daily dose of Netflix? No, when people are members of like a subscription service like Netflix or Disney, how many people are gonna end their Netflix subscription when they go back to work? The only reason Netflix would go down is because people are noticing the rate at which they're gaining new subscribers at this point. So the only reason Netflix would go down is if investors thought that the stock had less upside when it came to subscription counts. I mean, the only other way that they would increase profitability at this point, other than getting more subscribers, is changing the base price of the subscription. So it's really simple there with Netflix, and that's why I really like that stock. But we're starting to see what looks like a MACD turnaround there at 490. So we'll see how they open, because we had the MACD looking weird here, and then boom, boom, big sell-off there. So this could just be a correction. I want to see how they interact with the 180 MA here. Last time they used it as resistance a few times and then shot right through it in some after hours. But we are back above it now, so we'll see what happens here in the next open. This line cross above the zero line, while it isn't super high above the zero line, may point to a slightly bearish trend for the next couple of days. We will have to see. They've been up 2 days in a row now. From their bottom, they're 462 to 490, so I don't know how many people are going to stay in on Netflix for that long. But I love picking stocks like that at their lows. The 1 hour MACD is my favorite for those trades. So for SPY, here's Win. I'm not going to look at Win right now. I'm going to go back to SPY. I'm just doing really SPY and Disney today. But I'll look for some other ones too. The 1 hour on SPY looks gross. I can't see anything here. Let's see here. The only spot I'm seeing here that might have been a good time to sell a spread was here, which kind of correlates with the first drop here down under the 9 period SMA. But then you wouldn't have gotten the whole thing down, but that's not really the primary objective with the spread. It's farming premium, taking bets. They kind of put in a support level here, and after I saw the support level the second time, you could have said, all right, here's a good time to do a spread. If you wanted to be like super desperate, it's like, that's not really strong. This isn't strong right now. It's just sitting in the middle, stagnating. So I'm hoping we can stay above the 350 level. That's kind of where this 180 period MA is. That's where I have a spread here, a put spread. Let me just put that there. That would be our exit. So, but they found that level of support twice here. So we might not even go back down there in the next 2 days unless we have some bad news or something. So we are opening in 15 minutes. Another one I could look at, Cisco Unity. Maybe Unity? Unity's expected moves 15.4% according to Market Chameleon. Can I customize my channel from the... No, I can't. Okay. I'm gonna have to, after close today, figure out my, like, thumbnail and stuff for, the stream. I'm slowly adding a couple things every day, trying to make it higher quality, so... On the 1 minute on SPY here, I mean, they might be trading into bullish on open, I don't know. Have to wait and see, can never be sure. Disney, now these are both the same chart, but I'm going to change this one to the 5 minute. So, steady downtrend for Disney over the last few days, but I think the earnings run up is kind of counteracting what has been a very steady bearish correction. Excuse me, for most of the other stocks in the same sector. NYC is on the brink of shutting down. I might wonder if that might be a reason to get out of my put spreads, just because I think I'd be at about break even on them. I'll have to find out at open, because they did go down like $1, but my, let's see. It's a 350, 349 put spread, and I was up $4 on it, and it was, because it was down to 9. It could go back up to 14 today, which would be break even. It can't go much higher than that, though. Not if you look at the price movement to it the other day. I mean, the other day it was worth 17. It was worth 17 at open yesterday. Yesterday at open on SPY, they got down to 355.20, 355.15 at one point, and now they're at 355.43. So they're actually 20 to 30 cents above that level, and it's a day closer to expiration. They expired this Friday, I believe. 11/13. Yes, that's tomorrow. Don't see anything else on here. Okay. So I'll watch how this account goes at open. My big account just has an iron Condor on SPY right now. That goes out till, I think, next week. It goes on the 20th, but I only got, I think, like a $30 to $40 credit on it for a $5 wide spread. So it's a little bit less than a 10% chance of me losing. That's kind of what's implied. The percentage chance of success is implied by the difference between the two option strikes. So if it's $1 apart, it's a $100 call and a $99 call, and they are, one of them sells for 80 and one of them sells for 70. That means there's a 10% chance that it'll finish up in that area. That's assuming it's out of the money, and you're gonna see options out of the money if the difference between two strikes is $10 when it's a whole dollar spread. Anything else for earnings? I might look at Cisco and Unity. Palantir. Palantir's kind of new. I don't think I want to touch them. Wix looked like they already moved. Xpeng did. Xpeng might have been a good one because expected move was 20%. They only moved 6. Oh well. I'll think about Cisco and Unity. Have a look at both of those. But yeah, moved about $1.40 or so in after hours here. Let's go back real quick and check maybe the 5-minute low RSI scanner. So our 5-minute is right here. Looks like they were one of the other stocks that shot up over the weekend, and they're kind of cooling off now. Looks like they had earnings about 2 weeks ago and have been running up ever since. Goldman Sachs is low on the 5-minute RSI. We had kind of run up from 185 to 219 over the span of about 2 weeks here. See if this was Monday. So this would have been last Friday, 2 Fridays ago. And then you had run up, looks almost green every day, maybe red here and there. But looks like trending up a lot. They haven't gone down in a while. Not largely like they kind of are right now. This move down looks like the biggest move down we've seen since the start of the subtrend. Could be the end of something there. There's Southwest again. I still don't like airlines right now. I think that they're gonna start to trade down after this news run up. I think it's fine. They're just gonna go back down, but not a financial advisor. NET, I think we saw them earlier too. Actually, wait, let me look at NET again. The RSI is really high on the 1 day, but it's lowering on the 1 hour. It's a run up after earnings. So, Dave and Buster's, PUK Prudential, RTX, ray tracing. This is a different RTX. They just had earnings, and they look like they went down to 64.16. And SWBI, which is down from 1660 to about 1611 right now, almost 50 cents. Not sure I think we're fine there. All right, nothing too big there. Who did I have here on the... Looks like a lot of these stocks just had run-ups here. Yeah, this is where could have got him right about here-ish. Maybe just someday here you saw it's still confirming over that top. It turned from 21 up to 24.26. I think WPM's gone up a little bit too much for me to still want to get in on this. The MACD's pretty high now with the bars, but you did get your line cross here. That's what I was looking for, but I just missed it. Today might be the day for Coles to cross here. We will see. I think I'll keep Coles up here, and then I'll just do Disney, and then SPY over here on the 5-minute. Let's try that. Something like this. Okay. You're opening in about 5 minutes. Not sure if it's visible on the stream, but I kind of cropped off the tops and bottoms of the screen so you can't really see, but if I showed it, there's a little market countdown ticker right up here above the monitor thing. I'm hiding that part because sometimes it'll show my account balance, but currently there's nothing in this account. I'm just using it to watch these charts. Anyway, let's go to I think this is something like what my long-term portfolio might look like. These are kind of my favorites right here. I do have Disney on there. I think next time I buy all of these shares, if I ever get my long-term portfolio back and start doing covered calls, um, I think what I'll do is wait for a 1 hour line cross or maybe a trend above the 180 MA to get in on each of these stocks individually. Wait for them all to be low. It might take months to get into some of them, but I think it would be worth it. In the long run, what's a couple extra months of waiting to buy a stock at a better price when you could be holding it for upwards of 30 years, 40, 50 years? Especially with something like Apple that's just becoming more and more indispensable. It can't have as much upside as it used to. That's kind of a given when something goes up at all. The odds of it still going up get lower and lower. Unless you really understand their marketing. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, any $1 stock can become $2 overnight, but do they have reason to keep going up? And keep going up? And yeah, something like Apple, Amazon, Netflix, all those big bangers, but you know. I'm trying to get my watch on here. Okay. Okay, we are open in a minute and 20 seconds. I'll probably play Disney earnings, look at my SPY positions. MOO, all groups lean to the sell side, but that's on MOO. Zoom up over 2% pre-market, that was earlier. Futures trade. If FLY is down 12% after results, I wonder if you could look at FLY to see if they would be a good rebound. I mean, there's not a ton of indicators here. But if you got in at 670, like lower RSI, you don't have MACD line crossing yet, so you'd wait for that. Worse than expected EPS. What? They only missed the EPS by 6 cents. Like back up to 678. Wonder if you even would have got filled there. Alrighty, 10 seconds here to open. Why would they release earnings right now? It's kind of odd. Anyway, we'll go back to Disney. I'm not going to trade them. Somebody just bought a ton of GE right at open. Somebody sold 2 million shares of Apple. Alright. So my other account is basically a break even right now. The SPY put spread is going up a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's just a couple of dollars per spread. And it's going to be $10 profit at the end of Friday. So, we'll see how they open here. Coles I might watch to swing for a line cross here later today. Or a confirmation above this 9-period SMA. Let's zoom in on SPY here. Let's zoom in on Disney. This one, insider buy on array. Bam, you're back up to $7. That wouldn't have been a consistent trade. But if you were scalping it, you would have gone from 670 to 7 at one point, 690 maybe you might have been filled there. Scroll over to SPY. Here we go. My short-term account is down $1. Oh no. While my ally account, the big one, is like break even right now. Fly back up to $7. That might be your buy right there. I would keep waiting for the MACD lines to cross. What's the volume? Not even 10,000 shares of volume. SPY heading downward. So is Disney. My Condors aren't really going to benefit at all from this increase in implied volatility, but it will kind of decrease at a higher rate if I just hold them long enough. Then they'll eventually equalize. That's looking okay here real quick. I'm going to check the option chain now on Disney. Move this guy to, I think it was green as Disney. Yeah. Market maker moves $6. If they're 135, you got $6 to 129. You're getting about 12 cents credit on each side. 15 maybe. Go to 128. 128 might be one if I tried to sell a Condor here. Sell Iron Condor. We could do the 127 for the 127 put, 125 put maybe. And then for the call side, I have to move it up to about 142, 143. 143 call is the one I would buy. I did the calls here, didn't I? I'll be selling the 143 call. Buying the 145 put. Selling the 127 put, buying the 125 put. Okay, that's right. So for about $200, you're getting about 40 to 35 cents of credit. I think that's pretty good. I'd have to make the trade on my larger account though. We'll look at that. 127, 125, 143, 145. So we're buying $10 away on each side. Disney rebounding. Alrighty, so November 13th. Right, we're going to buy to open the November 13th 145 call. We're going to sell to open the November 30th 143 call. We're going to sell to open the 127 put. And then we will sell to open the November 13th 125 put. That would bring our credit out. See, that's wrong. 127 put. Oh man. Yesterday morning this thing was worth $117. Very interesting. Well, let's preview this order. This is telling me that I'd have to do it. That the credit on Ally is going to be weird because of the delayed ask, but if I could get filled at about 35, I would take it. Preview order, please. Wait, you do not have sufficient funds for this transaction. Oh, sorry. I meant to buy the 125 put. There we go. Okay, it was worth 55 yesterday. Okay, we're buying the 145 call, selling the 143 call, selling the 127 put, buying the 125 put. Okay. That's about right. We'll try getting filled at maybe 36. Let's try 37 first. Place order. And we were filled at 37. Good. That was really fast. There's your little fly run up to 725. 75 cents gains there. If you bought at confirmation at about 686, I mean, this isn't your surefire exit point. It would be more like here. But that's something. SPY recovering, trying to go to all new highs today. Not all-time highs. All-day highs. 355.78 was their top. Disney trending up more. Pre-anticipatory run-up, I'm assuming, for that. Now my Ally account's telling me I'm down on the day because it's assuming that the spread that I sold today for 37 is still worth what it was yesterday, which was 55. So really I should already be positive on that. There's a new high for SPY. And that's got to be good for my puts. Yes, we're now green on the day. Green on both. I don't really have any directional options except for a $1 wide put spread on my small account. Everything else is Condors or cash. And then I did just fill that Condor on Disney. So we'll try to benefit from some implied volatility there. Fly was a cool looking trade to look at, but I think we're done with that one. I'm watching Coles because I think with this 1 hour Coles MACD, they might be a good swing. Unusual options activity in Walt Disney. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is kind of a thing. 2 times a daily put volume in Walt Disney. Company is scheduled to report earnings on Thursday. Planning a move of 4.3% by the end of the week. Average move for the event over the last 8 quarters was 3%. Big trade, November 130 puts, over 11,500 contracts were traded for $1. The trade was maybe even paired with the November 147 calls. It looks like to him that somebody tried to finance the purchase of the puts by selling the November 147 calls for $1. So somebody basically sold 147 calls and bought 147 puts? Huh. Oh, here's a new one right now. Understanding the unusual options activity. Stock price moved down to 137.83. Okay. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. We just saw some price targets get moved up for Disney. Morgan Stanley did that. Yeah, in about 5 minutes here, we'll see my Ally price change. But I got filled at 37. It's currently worth 37 now. So break even on that. Not down $15, Ally Bank. So now that SPY's kind of correcting, the put spread I have is changing in price a little bit by a couple of dollars. But the funny thing is, when it's changing, the Condors are starting to go up because they're like, oh, now we're just going to start. Whenever you see a ton of back and forth movement, you'll see the price in those options kind of go down pretty fast, so they might be stuck here. So Kohl's might be a good, they might be a good look if they can kind of confirm over this later. That would be really nice, I think, if they could do that today, please. Does Kohl's have options? Let's have a look at Kohl's options. Oops, scroll that over. KSS. I'm going to check here on my phone. Can't load anything. Why is everything so slow? Okay, we'll look at it on here. Trade. Red. No, red. Kohl's. For this expiration. We have some puts here. 22.5 to 21.5 might be a good one. See, 22.5. Do we think they'll stay under 22? Stay above 22.5? That's kind of their support right there at the 180 MA. Will they stay above that? You could be safe and go down to the 22 puts. Sell the 22 puts, buy the 21 puts. There's about a 10% spread right there, about $1 away. It's pretty close to the money, but if you're factoring in this turnaround, that might be one to look at. SPY now coming back down. Disney trying to turn around. Disney's following the market in the same direction sometimes, but then it looks like they're almost trying to act inversely to them at other times. Move up to there. But you see this movement, this super crazy movement. They're down 1%. Their low is 135.72. Their high is 137.5. So that's a $2 move right there. Wait, is it? No, 135. Yeah, 175 just about. There we go. We need to refresh this so it'll show me my proper gain loss on that Disney option there. There goes Disney again, trying to get up above that 180 MA. Trying to refresh my ally page so I can see what. Let me just close this out. Our bit rate okay. Alrighty. Okay, let's try ally again. We gotta. Come on now. So SPY is looking a little bit less bearish today than Disney. So Disney looks like they're trending down a lot. I want ally to show me my what my profit is now. Come on. On Disney here, if that price is gonna move at all. I kind of be a lot more passive with my ally options, so I can't really see the exact price. My gain losses. It's going back and forth between negative 20 cents and plus $1.80. So it took about what, $2.20 or $1.20 in commissions. So that's why my gain loss is going to look different like that. You look over there, I'm up 13 flat, but that's what I sold it for. So really it doesn't, and I did make 14 on the SPY ones. I'm wondering if I should close out the SPY Condor that I opened just yesterday because I've realized almost half the profit. Let me double check the numbers here. If I originally got, see, the most expensive option in that spread is down to, there's an 11-cent gap on that side and a 12-cent gap on that side. So there's about 23 cents left to make. But I got 15 just on today's open, but they don't expire until the 20th. They're just so far out. I do want to avoid any gamma risk, so maybe I should just close it. My phone's acting up here. Come on. So yeah, still watching for Cole's reversal. SPY looking like they might test new lows. They are getting a pretty big looking MACD here to the downside. There's their low, 354.78. For Disney, these are both 1 minute, so I'll make this one SPY actually, and I'll do, are we on 5 minute? Let's do 5 minute. 5 minute showing we could see line cross. It is below the 0 line. Perhaps I should close out of my put spread. Will they get down to 350? I feel like there's a better way I could put those $100 to use, so I'm going to try to close that spread at break even right now. And I didn't get filled. There's your breakdown. Come on, let me fill it for 15 right now, quick. Yes, we got filled at 14. Okay, so we exited that trade at break even. It took 2 cents of commissions through Robinhood. So that saved us a bit for that breakdown. See if we see any patterns here on these. So now all of my positions are currently neutral. How about that? Possibly. I don't know about that top one because it's really only that spot. It seems they're more finding the 180 period moving average as their resistance. So maybe it's just here. Let me remove that. I think it's just staying above this, maybe breaking down if the 180 MA doesn't want to let them through to the upside. AKER up 40% after halt on M&A headlines. Somebody sold 2,500 BABA 250 puts. Wow. At 25.65, those things are way in the money. AKER. From 1.7 up to 239. Merger agreement. Looks like what it is. Acres Biosciences and MyMD Pharmaceuticals. There's your there's a turnaround from SPY. Uh, I'm glad I got out of that last spread at break even. It looks like I'm positive on everything else, but it still says I'm going down today, so I don't know what the deal is there. Disney up through that 180 MA. I like that look. I think I will look at placing a SPY trade on the 1 hour timeline here if we can get a clean looking MACD line cross on the 1 hour. See, they're just doing nothing right now, so really it could be a while till we get one of those. I think Kohl's would be good, but it looks like they're not done trending down right now. The MACD bars are starting to flatten out. They might not be done. Maybe a possible 3-bar play for Disney there. That would be your long, 137.29. Your out would probably be the high here. Mark that high. 137.29 your entry. 137.5 your exit. You'd average out of some of the shares at 137.5. See if they make it there. Your stop would be here on a 3-bar. So this would be your buy point. This would be your sell. This would be your sell. They say 137.29 was the entry. Just about. Yeah. There's about 9 cents. With delta and options, that's probably only like $3 or $4. Sellers starting to step in. SPY moved down almost at, whoa. SPY had a big candle up and now a big candle down after a borderline doji in the middle. Disney down through that level. So that would be your stop on a 3-bar play. Some people might have chosen to take profits up here, the distance from this candle to that candle. That might have been your profit line. But anything you're still holding, you would have probably been stopped out of here. Depending on how lenient you want to make your stop, you could have made it deeper on 5-minute. You're still in a 3-bar play. So you might just be seeing a cool off right now, and maybe something here where you'd long it through 137. Actually, that 29 level is where you'd long it later. So it's a 3-bar play within a 3-bar play. The 1-minute one looked like a failure, but this next one, look at that. Look at those buyers. Is that a brand new candle on the 5? No, that's just one. So you wouldn't have seen that 3-bar play properly unless it was like on the 3 or 4-minute time frame. That would be my out up here. Probably take it right there. That's 153. If you were holding anything from 29, you could probably average out of some and then hold more, because with a breakthrough a day high, I would like to hold some after that break because it's kind of uncharted territory up there. You're like, all right, well, the sellers are falling back. Which way are they going to go? So, theoretically, you could have bought at 137.29, probably would have been my entry. I'm not really day trading that much yet. I kind of need more money for that. Right now I'm just doing spreads till I get to 25. You could long it right there. This would be your initial exit, but you may have been stopped out here if you chose that at the bottom as the bottom of your 3-bar play. You could have waited to see support on the 9-period SMA or the 180. That could have been your stop. You could have moved it down to there. If you wanted to be super strict, that would be your stop. Next stop would be the 9 SMA. The most lenient one would be this. And it looks like it kind of would have lined up with this channel line we've had here. We still stayed above that. My sell, I would have sold a bit at day high, probably most at day high, and then be holding small share size now to see what happens. That, when you see a candle that big, I'm like, that'd probably be my exit right there. I think that's enough on a single trade. I mean, going from 29 to about 75. So that's about 50 cents. So while that isn't a ton for holding up 137 of your dollars for 50 cents, you can scale that up, which is underappreciated, and you can also get right back in 10 minutes later if you see the same thing. You can keep doing it. I'm going to put in an order to close my SPY spread. If I got, see, what is my total gain and loss on this? View more details. SPY. My total gain loss, see, I sold this one. So maybe I should close out of just the put side, because I've made, basically both of those options have gone down by 50% since I sold them a few days ago. I think it was Tuesday that I did it. Wondering if I should close out of that spread today. I've gotten a lot more money on the call side, profit-wise. But I have, see, 25 minus 9. I have $14, $16 left on the other side to get. Is it worth holding up $500 of collateral, though? Nah. I'm just gonna I'm gonna place a trade to close this. I have to see what my average sell price was, though. So I'm, see, 19 minus 11 minus 35 plus 46. So I'm up $19 on it. And so really I haven't even made half of that yet. But then in the thing you have to think about with that is, even though I've only made like 30 to 40% of the profit, I'd have to hold it until next Friday to realize the entire profit. and I don't want to risk the stock moving. This might be a time where perhaps later today we'll see it go down by a few more dollars and I'll place in an order. So if I went to trade right now, I'm going to have to put the order in here on SPY. Here's yeah, Disney. If I was holding anything else, still holding anything, I'd sell right now. This MACD line cross, that's a big red flag. You sell. All right, let's go to SPY and assemble what our trade looks like over on the other one. November 20th, which is next Friday. Oh boy. Okay, so 370 call, sell an iron Condor. So we sold the 370 call. We bought the 375 call. So I went way up through all-time highs. For the put side, we're selling the 330 put. Go up here. 330 put. And then we're buying the 325 put. The mid right now is 27. I got about see, what was my... I need to find out what my original debit on this thing was. Okay. 45 minus 88 plus 65 plus 21.
It's 43.
Okay, so that was the credit that I received. So if I can close it out as a debit for 21, that would be half of my profit, give or take, with some commissions. So it might fill today, it might fill tomorrow. If it doesn't fill automatically, I might have to put in the order again tomorrow. I'll put it in as good till canceled. Preview that order. Okay. Submitted. And it's not going to get filled for a while, I don't think, because the bid-ask spread on that right now, I mean, you can see it's 25 and 27. I want it down to 21. So if it gets filled at 21 by the end of Friday, good. If not, I will adjust it up a couple dollars. I'll basically close it out by the end of tomorrow. Okay, let's close that out. The only other thing I have now is the Walt Disney Iron Condor. I'm currently, 15 minutes delayed. I'm up on it to the, because they went, let's go back to charts here. There's Kohl's, looking good. I like that candle. I'm watching Kohl's all day. I want to see this. I normally don't watch a stock that long to wait for something like that. If you were super passive about Disney, you might put your stop at just this line because they keep finding support at the line. But your MACD is showing, no, I think we're ready to go down through that. So you could see that here in the next couple of minutes. SPY turning around. Yeah, I got stopped out of my put spread here, but it was for break even. So didn't lose anything. In case anyone is wondering, I don't deposit any extra money into this account. I just trade with it. So if I ever tell you that the account's up, it's up off of trading, not just, oh, well, I was kind of break even, a little bit down this week, but I went and worked a job and put some money in. No, I'm this is all money that I'm trading with and solely trading with. So I am going to go grab a bottle of water real quick. I'll be right back. Here's Disney, SPY, Kohl's. Scroll over to all of them. Okay. I watched Disney break through that. We'll see what happens while I'm gone. I'm gonna bullish on Kohl's too. I wanna see them cross above that moving average. Anyways, I will be right back. I'm gonna mute the mic. There. Okay, I'm back. I need to get like a little back in 5 widget to just pull up onto the thing. Here, let me see. If I just opened, where's that one? App. Pages? I have some food here, so I'll probably mute the mic a bit while I'm eating it. Kind of been doing that as of late. Looks like Disney kind of failed through that level and then held it. So Disney bullish. Move that down a bit. My screen's glitching a bit. Yeah, look at the MACD. It's already weakening there on the 1 minute. SPY back up to the upside. Kohl's, oh boy. I want to see Kohl's on 2 screens here. I care a lot about Kohl's right now. I really like Kohl's. I wonder if I could buy 100 shares of Kohl's. I could buy 50. I'm not going to buy that many. I do not want to over diversify. No, under diversify. I always say everything backwards. Stupid. No. KSS. There. Kohl's. Zoom in. We're going to change to a different time frame here. How about the 5 minute? So, let's see if Kohl's is going to challenge these day highs. Here's your open high, 2350. Your after hours high, about 2380. Then you have your day lows, which are 2290, but it looks like some people stepped in. You're going to let me put it right at 22.9. There we go. Okay, we're going to change some colors. This one we're going to make green because that's a long. Okay. This level's also green because that's a long. I might actually get in on some Kohl's if we see some movement. Let's see what the 1 minute's showing. 1 minute showing maybe validation over that SMA there. Alrighty, I'm gonna mute real quick and eat these cinnamon rolls. Watching Kohl's there. They start to go up over that 9 SMA. That's the long. So we'll see here. Alright, just a minute here. I'm liking Kohl's to break their little high here from this, but the MACD is still really high on the 1 minute. I do think the 1 hour trounces it over the long run, but in the short term you might see a cool down consolidation to the 25 level. SPY new day highs here. Disney holding above that channel line. Nice push up by SPY. Alrighty, Coles is coming together. Let me change the name of my SPY. We'll change the ticker names that we're trading today. Disney and Coles. This is my trade stream from 11/12. Correct? Yes. Okay. It was still saying 11/11. 11. Yeah, that's right. So we want that. Save. Okay. One more thing here. I'm going to go visit my channel off of my phone and like the video. It should let me, right? Yeah, I can like it myself from a different platform here. Oops. Hopefully my stream didn't cut out there. Okay, it's still working. Okay. There's Coles. Yes. I like this. Disney's still holding. Oh, actually, they're over there. They are, yes. Coles through that high. I think that's the long, guys. I think that is the long. Let's look at stocks. Let's check out KSS. Coles Corp. See, what is my current buying power? Oh, it's giving me margin? I don't think I should use margin. I'm just gonna see if I have that much in margin. Put this much in actual option buying power. That's the amount of cash I actually have. I could get, let's just get 20 shares. 20 maybe? They're kind of resisting on that level. I'm gonna get, 20 shares of Kohl's would be $469. Let's look at these under other indicators and make sure, because here on the 1 hour, I want to wait for this. I want to wait for the absolute perfect time. This level is not the most important level. What I need to do is I need to wait for a 1 hour candle to open above here. So if we open like right here, right now, and we finish above the 2345-ish area here, then that's our first candle to open above. So we'll have to watch that carefully. SPY new highs, Disney still running up. What were my option legs on Disney again? I was meaning to check that earlier. The Disney ones might be going down a little bit with our run up. Okay. 127 put, 143 call. So we're $5 away from the call side to the upside. And then we are $9 away on the put side. 127, $11. So the middle that we want, let's just zoom out on Disney and graph out where our option prices are. So look at that clean run up. That looks good. Not sure if I really want that though right now. Let's go 5 minutes. So my top is the 143 call. Might have to go out to the 1 hour to do that. Coal's kind of cooling off. I want to wait and see if they stay above that. We want to go to this one. Price level. 145 is what we want them below. We also have our other leg at 143. And on the put side, we have 127. And 125. So we bought these. Edit properties, make this one green. Okay. So we sold the red ones, we bought the green ones. They expire tomorrow. That's it. So watch this run up. Let's see what the 5-minute MACD is saying. The 1 hour is saying could be due for uptrend, could be just due for, this could just be a correction from this huge spike up here where you sold those puts, they're not going back there. Who knows? Earnings might be good. But for now, it looks like we're failing below that level now for the first time. So 1 minute MACD is finally catching up to them. Yeah. So we'll see where that candle wants to finish. But that looks like the beginning of our breakdown. You have high RSI. You have the MACD lines crossing. You had them cross back here, but they found support on that line. This time they're down through it. So this could be our sell-off level. So that's a key level there. 138.5 now is our day high. Okay. That would be a long there. Looks like quite a few stocks are cooling off at the same time here. You see SPYs cooling off, probably validating out underneath the 9-period SMA on the 1 minute. High MACD, high RSI, looking like that would be a sell signal. And then coal's bounced off this market high level. I'm going to wait for them to turn around and challenge that again. I think I'd only do 10 shares of coals. I don't want to under-diversify my portfolio. Now, this sell-off right here through this level, I think this is pretty big because this level here might be a short. 137.80 might be a short. So say theoretically you shorted here, 137.77. That's your short level. You find where's your stop loss. Where do you wanna get out? Really strict stop loss could be right here. Really lenient stop loss could be up here. And then your take profit, you kind of want to be at least 2 times as far down. So this is 138.03. This is 137.78. That's about 25 cents. We go about 50 cents down from 73. So maybe 33. That looks like a key resistance level here. That would be your out. If you had the tight stop loss, that would be your gain there. Now this is a lot of lines. I'll delete them here in a sec. If your stop loss is way up here, though, you'd kind of want somewhere around the 136 level to be profitable there. You want a good risk to reward ratio. Almost to that take profit area for your lenient, for your very tight stop loss, right about there. There it is. That's where you'd take it. Hold some through the break, possibly. This would be your next out. Then one last out would be the 180 MA. I would get out of the rest there. So we're getting a bounce there. See what happens. Cole's trying to turn around, but the MACD, they might be cooled off for a while. There's Disney. There's really no resistance levels all the way till down here unless you count this being the turnaround point and then the end of that candle. It looks like if you line this up with where that is, they've already gone through it. This would be your second out, 137.07. You could put in an ask there, you probably get filled. If not, 137.08 or just mark it. That's you would have been short from 137.77. So that's a good 50 cents, almost 70-cent profit down here. And then at this point, you'd have a really small trade size and exit the rest of it down here at the 180 MA. But it looks like they filled this gap in pretty nicely, almost immediately. The thing about the last size is if you have a really small share size, you've locked in so much profit from here. Say you bought 100 shares, that's $13,000. But say you bought 100, or you shorted 100, and then you buy 50 back when it goes down 50 cents. That's gonna be about $50 gain, is it? If you did, might be $25 gain. Well, I can't think of the math right now. But if you sold a ton here and a ton here, your average purchase price is going to be so low for these remaining shares, you could almost let it go back up into this area before you sell it for break even. So you can give it time here, see if it wants to keep going. If you lose confidence in it going down, then that's fine, you get out. But if you think they're going to make it down to the 180 MA, you can just keep holding it and then squeeze. What would this be if you had, say, 10 shares, 20 shares left? That's an extra $20 to $30 right here at the end. If you got them through this break here, the out is 136.90. So another 10 cents down. See if they can do it. 95. And 90. That's where you get filled. Boom. Now, while I did not trade this, that is basically the golden example of how to day trade, because you look for key levels. See, that was only one. They just had this key. They had this level that they kept staying above, and they finally failed it. High RSI, high line crossing MACD, and yeah, you failed through. You saw the little 3-bar play. You placed your stop loss, your lenient one, and your tight stop loss. Use that to calculate where your take profit was, right here, here, and here. And it hit all 3 of them this time. But in the cases that it didn't, you'd still have a plan. You could have taken, if it didn't make it to this point, you could have decided if it gets to here, you can move your stop down, all this stuff. But it actually went our way almost perfectly this time. And it looks like, I'm not going to get like greedy here, but I don't know if it's going to go any lower. We could find a bounce off the 180. But, I mean, we'll see. I gotta trim this part of the video. That was beautiful. At the 136 mark. Let me write that down. Beautiful. 135 something. Okay. I don't know if you guys can tell if I'm excited, but like I was really proud of that. I mean, look at that breakdown. They're still going. 136.87. The center of our condor is See, I'm gonna back out of the Kohl's trade right now because they're not ready yet. We're getting close. We're getting close. This MACD, we're a couple hours away, I think. Got hasty there for a second, almost did it, but yeah. Okay, the Disney, I did a 127 and 143. The middle that I need them to stay in is 135. So they're a little bit higher right now. They're a couple dollars above, but I am neutral to almost bullish on Disney. That's kind of what the Condor implies. I also wanted some good multiples of 5 for the options there. You look up at SPY. Oh no, the scrolling wasn't following SPY. Look at this. You see this price level here? I was about to say, oh look, this failed through here. High MACD might be a good short. They went down the same time as Disney, so it was basically the same thing. More new lows for Disney. I wouldn't trade them anymore past this low unless they just blew through it. Even then, I don't even know. See how the mini account's doing? We're down $1 because all we have is Condors. This Iron Condor is worth, this Rocket one is worth $2 and it won't fill at 3. I'm like, I'm not gonna wait for it to fill at 3. Oh, there's assignment risk and stuff. But it was worth nothing like 3 days ago. Like, it is so far away. Now, could be famous last words. I'll probably go broke because of it, because I'll get assigned 100 shares of Rocket Mortgage. Oh no. It's not like detrimental at this point, so. I'm thinking, what if instead of selling an out-of-the-money put spread, you bought an in-the-money debit spread, where you're basically taking less collateral? Theta isn't working in your favor, but it would take less credit. So instead of selling a put spread dollars, could you buy a call spread for 90 wherever it's 90? It would take $10 less of collateral, but Theta's working against you. So I wonder if you would break even. Just buying in the money options instead. That might just work for increases in implied volatility. Do you see how high the RSI went just for this move here? Yes, they confirmed over the 9-period SMA. Yes, the MACD's turning, but the MACD's at 50. I mean, this does look like an okay entry point, but it's not the best. Not with an RSI this high. Not with an RSI that high. Here's something about Disney, though. You see that SPY, while they reverse pretty quickly and they're confirming above their 9-period SMA already, look at Disney, though. They haven't quite fought above it yet. See Kohl's, I'm going to wait a bit longer on them. I'll change this one to the 5-minute of Kohl's and this one to Disney so I can see Disney on the 5-minute as well for a theoretical day trade. So see how big this drop was in comparison to everything else today? The 5-minute MACD is now showing the line cross, so take that how you will. That could be just a correction for the run up here. Have to watch this level of resistance. Let me just delete all these drawings. I think we're done with all of these. Yes, I'm done. Thank you. Okay, So we have a new low, 136.79, so about 10 cents lower than what we took our perfect stop at. Our last stop point, I'll just put at 78. Here's our day high in the same spot, 138.5. So this could be a channel we stay within. It's kind of like a spring. Well, maybe not like a spring. I'm trying to think of something that pushes back the longer you hold it there. I don't know. Maybe like restricting flow to a hose or something. It gets stronger the longer you leave it there sometimes. I mean, it's probably got some safety stuff in there, but imagine this is the channel that they're in and they're just being held on this side. So what are they going to do? Are they going to shoot themselves back through this green SMA back up into this area, the 138.5 neighborhood, or are they going to break one of the walls and shoot out of the hose? Which one are they going to do? Getting really close to trying to get above. Now, I can't see it super well, but this right here is 180 MA on the 1 minute. They've been trading right around it for about 10 minutes. Had a few wicks. That's the first wick we've seen that's gone above the 9-period SMA. That's a little bit encouraging. You also have your super low RSI and low MACD here on the 1 minute. That's a very, very clean looking setup right here. The MACD could be a little bit lower, and it doesn't help that the 5 minute doesn't line up with it. The 5 minute kind of like got destroyed by this sell off here, which I kind of shorted. But yeah, this would still, in the short term, right now, if the next candle opens at like 137, that might be a long. And then you could set your stop at 136.79, and that would then determine where your profit is. So if I took, see where they are right here. Say I got in at 137. There we go. And then our exit is 136.78. We'd want our exit to be at least 137.40. We could actually move it to here, which has been like a level of resistance. You could make that your exit, 137.35, with maybe the next exit up being 80. Something like that. And then your stop would basically be here all day. I mean, I would not let it go any lower than that. Not when you've already made some money here. And you want to be careful not to give any of it back. But the MACD, give it a few minutes. Hope the RSI stays around in the 40 neighborhood. And you could long through here. I need to get my Thinkorswim paper trade account up and running so I can just paper trade on stream here. That would be nice. Oh, come on. Stupid Mac mouse. There we go. Edit properties. We're going to make this one green. This would be our take profit 1. Take profit 2. Take profit 2, and then this would be maybe the let it ride line here. But then, again, this is only going to come into effect if it breaks 137 cleanly. Right now, we just had a bounce off that 137 level. We're back down into the 85 neighborhood. So if we break down through this, all bets are off. No, nothing. 136.80, I'm not trading below that. Not that I think it's a short, but I definitely don't think it's a long. SPY turning around. They're going up right now. That could be a good sign to pull Disney up. Let me get my text set up here. No, my text. Another white candle there, looks pretty strong. It is a small candle, but no, there's a wick. Stop. Entry. Take profit 2 and let it ride. That's if we don't fail the 80 level. If we fail the 80 level, it's over. We're not trading it. But I'm setting this stuff up anyway, so you guys can kind of see what I'm thinking. That might be our break right there. Edit properties. Move this arrow to the right. Yeah, there's your break. Oh well. Yeah, so this is no longer... I would not take this anymore. What I am going to do is I'm going to delete all these, and I'm going to show what I meant by that first short trade. If you went like this, here's your stop. Second stop. Ooh, Disney pushing back up, actually. You know, let's set it back here. See what happens. See if these buyers are here to stay. I had it right about here, right? 85, 35. Okay, entry. We're gonna do edit properties. It's left, so we gotta do top because this is too backwards. Entry. Edit properties. Take this one, have it say top as well. So this will be our take profit 1. No, that's not what I wanted. No, that is what I wanted. I don't know what I'm doing. Edit properties. Take profit 2. That's going to be also top. And let it ride. That be up at the top. Okay, they're turning around here. I know I did say that like I'm probably done with it, but this candle here's changed my mind. You got the MACD now working in your favor. No. Give me that. There we go. So let's watch it. Edit properties. I'm going to do bottom. SPY, new highs. That might send Disney up here. Don't know. So, that's my situation here. I'm actually going to tweet this. This is my game plan. Paper trading. Disney. If they go through my bottom stop, I'm not trading this setup. Yep, there they go down again. So if anybody saw the tweet, it's just gonna say, yeah, I'm not gonna do this if they fail that level, and it looks like they did. Yeah. So there are some sellers stepping up. See if we're gonna get that level held. They're coming back up now. I don't know. They're so close. They're so close. They just keep hovering here. Gotta be great for my Condor. I don't want to know about this right now. So this is odd. So SPY followed Disney down at almost the exact same rate. Disney maybe even fell further. Now they're stagnating as SPY is not soaring, but you know, that's a pretty big move for SPY. Run of the mill move for you. Here's Kohl's. Alrighty, I'm gonna take Disney off here. I'm gonna put Kohl's back because I might actually get into some shares of this. I think that's, yeah, there's the Disney break. Yeah. I don't think I would short them though, because it's against indicators. The MACD is low, the RSI is low. This is on just the 1 minute, so there might be another time frame where it looks different. But made my money shorting that more fundamental Disney short earlier. MACD line's getting close on Kohl's. Okay. I'm just going to put my YouTube link in a group chat and see what I get. my until 11. Okay. I think we're good. Let me put this here. Alrighty. Yeah, so that I didn't like that Disney break. I'm just gonna delete these. I wonder if I should take a picture of what I did here on that short, because I really liked that. I felt really good about that. Clear drawing set. I might do it later if I remember. Then if it was worth it, I'll remember it. So we will see. New highs for SPY. Looking for Kohl's. Oh, I want to see Kohl's here so bad. See, what is this? Chat right here. Looking for this break on Kohl's. I want them through the 23.5 level. That's when all along. But I do like this. You can see the MACD indicator here on the 1 hour, showing we could be seeing a run up. So, get a drink of water here. Disney, why do I keep scrolling over on these? That's a solid looking little thing, little candle right there. It kind of jump started your MACD movement. That's kind of what we saw here on Disney. Where was that? It was on the 5 minute of Disney. He went to Disney DIS. Right here. See this sharp up down tick on the green line? It's exactly what we saw here on SPY on the 1 minute because of this one big candle, just like here. And that's the short we traded right there. I'm going to change this one back to Kohl's. I really want them through 23.5. I'll long them, and I might exit some of the position at 23.80. We will have to see. So just got to be patient with Kohl's. Might not be getting in there until the end of the day. Let's look at my Condor here. This is the Condor I did for SPY. Evaluating that, it's still worth 27. I put in an ask to fill that at 21. So, if I get filled at 21 by the end of next Friday, I'll do it. Sorry, not next Friday, this Friday. I'll try to fill it at 21 before the end of the week. But if I'm not filled at like 2:45 p.m., I'll just go up and do it at market. Because I want to be out of that position for the weekend. Let's see what my Robinhood is doing. Still down $1. It was just that one put that I would have been up on if I held it, but I wasn't going to let myself risk a ton of money. I sold a 350 put spread, and it expired this Friday. And even though it was $5 away, I did not like the direction of the market. It's kind of stagnant. There's not really indicators going towards it. And I initially bought the puts as a hedge. I sold the puts as a hedge against a call spread I was selling when I was unsure about the market going up. So I could have kept both as a Condor, but I didn't. So, anyways, I'm up on that now. Back to break even on the day. On these options. That's good. Let me get in one more little thing here. Paste it there. And where's the last thing I was gonna do? I can't find it. Here it is. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So the Robinhood account's up now a little bit. Would have been up a little bit more if I held the puts because that thing was going to give me what, like I think $10 more by the end of the week. So the mini account's like not even $1,000. So I mean, like, it's not that much. $10 I would have missed out on though. Gotta trade like a brat sometimes. Little upset I didn't stay in for that, but I had to follow some indicators and they were not going the way I wanted them to go. So. Disney still trying to hold, but I don't like the long anymore. Not with this MACD here, that's not good at all. Slowly rising RSI. Yeah, don't give me any of that. Coles, no. On the 5-minute, they're looking weak. I don't want Coles to be weak. See what Ally's doing. We can assemble our Disney Condor and see what that's worth right now. On Ally, I mean, with the stagnation, this Condor is probably making bank right now. They're doing nothing. Disney Condor, I'm up 21 on you, 11 on you, 2 on you, 5 on you. Is that the same? Just a sec, let me try here. Trade we were gonna do, Disney, which is screen number 4. Weeklies here. 27. Sell Iron Condor. There we go. We're gonna make it so we're selling for the puts, we're selling the 127 put, buying the 125. For the calls, we're buying the 145 and selling the 143. So it's a $200 wide spread. So that's what I did earlier. Just want to see what it's worth now. About 39. What did I fill mine at? I think I filled mine at like 30. I think I filled mine at 37, so it's like done nothing. Nothing today. Okay. That's okay though. We're still green on the day from my SPY Condor, so if you hadn't noticed by now, the Condors are my favorite option strategies, although they are not suited for every market. I actually didn't trade during the election because the Condors will kill you if you try to hold them through the election. If I entered one right before the election, that might have done something. But yeah, I wasn't going to risk anything. So I'm up $11 on this side, down $2 on this side. Wait, is that right? Bid size, cost basis. No. No, because the TD Ameritrade on break even. Okay, but it says I'm up $20 today. Thanks. On the little one here. Yep, that's my phone. It's good. Let's go back to the charts here. SPY turning around, Disney. Well, now they're going up. I don't like this consistency though. For like, gotta trade like a spoiled brat. Sometimes I would not get into that. Coles trying to hold the 23-25 level somewhere around there. The MACD getting closer together. Not sure if I like that. Okay, I'll keep waiting on Coles. Let's go through our scanner. Little RSI on the hour. Let's go to these charts to have a look at it. Ally PA. No idea what that is. I like how the sell signal at the line cross was way up here, right when it happened. And you're like, uh-oh, that's it. Looks like they'd recovered since the bottom of the crash, and now they're just big drop there. Okay. Air Products. They had earnings come out. They dropped from 300 to almost 272. That might be a good one. Would that be a good one? Well, they're such an expensive stock. You'd probably only be able to buy one share. They seem like one of those stocks that ran up a ton over that weekend and then had the earnings, and yeah, it's kind of low volume anyway. Let's just keep going. APLT, I can tell this is a new company right off the bat because look at this. The 180 period moving average does not go back a full year. This is 180 days after they started right here. They kind of been trending down. It's a downtrend. I'd wait for them to cross above the 31. Bank of America. What are they doing? Looks like they ran up a lot here. You could do BAC. You can't let the name of the stock though. Basically, you can't just let the name of the stock influence your trade. See, I have these trend lines out from a long time ago. When they broke down through this line, they dropped from 24.9 down to 22.84, which is a lot for a company like Bank of America. Like in the stock market crash, they went from 35 down to 17. So they lost about 15%, 50%. But that was in one of the biggest stock market crashes ever. They almost recovered. right here. But they made this really big wedge pattern, and this breakdown, you could see a big move, bigger than normal. CCMP, they're just breaking down below their 180 MA over here on the 1 hour. They're below it on the 5, below the 9 on the 1 minute. On the 5 minute, this is the 1 minute. They're almost below it the whole time there. Looking for a bottom. I think they have a while because right here, this MACD is really wide. Perhaps the 5 minute. This might be one actually. This one's, it kind of trades pretty stagnant. Except this earnings run down, so I don't know if they'd have a big bounce back if they're really trading like nothing right now. Next, CMPR. They just had a steady, I do not like this line at all. Steady downtrend, no sign of recovery, no. This one, Energizer batteries. Okay, their earnings. Here's something that I would think would be encouraging, this MACD line crossing down here. But look at how long the MACD line has crossed, and we've gone from 41 to 42. We've barely done anything. You can get a bigger move than that. I mean, look at this. It's just like you haven't really gone up. So this MACD line showing you have a bit longer to go. I'd wait on that one. GOCO, whatever they are. It looks like a lot of these are just having beatdowns from earnings. HBB, I think I have these on my list. I might. I don't know if I did. Rockwell Automation. They have that steady downtrend too. They're at 267 over here, then their earnings. You go down the going to day into earnings. Very interesting. So, and then the WRBPD, I don't even know what this is. This looks like the LIPA one up here. They look like the same thing, except maybe the WRBPD one recovered a bit faster. Yeah, this one looks like it did, but yeah, both kind of look like the same thing. I don't think I'm going to touch either one of those. Okay, I think we're going to go back to the charts here. Oh man, Cole's sell-off. Not good. They failed this level. I didn't like that. Cole's recalls 512,000 candles. Was this 2 days ago? Oh no. this shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Yeah, so Disney had that run up from 137 to 137.40-ish. Okay. I don't know why I still have WRB lowercase pd up here. Let's see here. I have Kohl's, I have Disney, I have Spy. I could throw up maybe. Oh, there were two others that Cisco and what was the tech earnings? It wasn't Origin, was it? No, it wasn't Origin. Market Chameleon earnings calendar. I thought it was started with an O. It was some tech. Unity. No, it's U. Let's throw Unity up here, see what they're doing. Unity was at 124.5, they're now 103, so that's a let's see, $22 drop. What's this? So I could do Cisco. I could do Origin. Unity. I said Origin again. I don't think I'm gonna do either of those. I'm just doing Disney. I keep saying I need to stop saying up. Watching Spy, new highs again. Kind of out of stuff. The liquidity's kind of running down now. See Robinhood here. Now we're up a couple dollars on the mini Robinhood now. Those Condors are starting to make bank. It's funny, right after these sharp turnarounds, you'll see the Condors go up in value because basically if it starts heading back toward the center, because while the calls that are way up here are going to start going up in value, these puts, the people that were excited about the puts and had the puts priced in a little bit more expensive, are now backing off. They're like, oh no, it's going away from it. We had to start some. So it might actually go down faster if there was more implied volatility down here on the put side, or the fact that it's just heading away from it is going to make the implied volatility drop a little bit too fast. The market is pretty good at pricing in those types of things, but sometimes you can squeeze another dollar or two out of a movement like that. That's why even though it's a big abrupt movement, which normally increases implied volatility, if it's heading back toward the center of your condor, then you might actually make a few dollars when implied volatility decreases and then increases, and then make even more when it decreases. So it's just the idea of allocating that profit to certain times. See, now the condor's back down because it's some weird bid-ask price. Okay. That's all right though. We'll be up at the end of the day. So implied volatility wearing down here. Wait, did that Condor say it's only worth $1? No, worth 13. Okay, that wouldn't be right because that thing expires in like I think the Wednesday after next maybe. Unity, I mean we can look at their options. They look like they might be going down again. This MACD. Real quick, I need to look at, I just saw a notification. I got caps lock on for some reason. See Workhorse. What's the news on Workhorse here? Earnings call transcript. It looks like it. It seems all of these big moves for Workhorse are never off of news. They don't have anything. The last thing they said was on November 9th. That was over here on earnings. And it's just been meh, beep, and then now new highs. So new highs for the week. They haven't been up here since, oh, well, they were here the other day, last week. Anyways, nothing solid on that, so I don't think I'll touch it. Unity, well, we could put together an Iron Condor and see what you could get from it, but I'm not going to play it. I'm only going to do one earnings play at a time because I'm not going to risk losing too many trades at once. Once it's big enough where I can just allocate a really small part of the account, I'll do 2 to 3 earnings plays at a time. We'll see. But if we wanted to trade Unity, the market maker move is $10.98. Let's go to the November 20th. They only have November 20th options here, so they don't have that's kind of disappointing right there. You kind of want them to have weeklies, but this might work. If they're pricing in a $10 move, you could go $20. You could go to you could go see if they're at 102. You could go to 85, maybe even 80. Let's just say 85. Let's command click this. Let's sell an Iron Condor. Sell. We're gonna get to the calls in a second. For the puts, we're gonna sell the 85 put, buy the 80 put. Okay. For the calls, we can sell the. If we're gonna do 85, we could do 125, 115. Let's do 115 and see what the price would be. 115, and then buy the 120 call. For a $5 wide spread, you'd get, wow, $1.70, $1.80? That's a lot there. If the option legs were closer together than 500, I'd consider it, maybe. But I'm already in on Disney. This might be a good one. Maybe moving the call side out one more, the put side out one more. Always just getting way less risky. I mean, going out to, I don't know, you could just go out to here, do the 80 and the 75, it'd just be $20 away. But yeah, there's that. We could look at Cisco. Why'd you not go Cisco? Cisco. You're not gonna show me. Okay, but never mind. We'll look at it later. Disney broke through this high. That might be long. I'm not sure. I like that other trade back earlier so much that I'm not thinking that any of these are lined up perfectly with that. Okay, just a second here. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. I have returned. Let's see if somebody says something. Okay, so it looks like while I ran off, Disney kind of cooled down here again. Not a big surprise, I don't think. Cisco. How do you look up Cisco if you can't just do Cisco Systems? Is this it? Yeah, here it is. Okay, they have earnings coming up. Now that we found Cisco, it's just Cisco without the I. We can go here, look at the option chain market maker moves about $2.2. We could go to about 4. If we went about 4, they're at 39,185. So we could do maybe the one short of $3. So if we're at 30, let's see, what did I say we're at? So if we're at 39,175. I want to go down to about 37, 36.5 maybe. You could do $50 spread right here. Right there, I think. Let me see. I might actually have $100 freed up here on my mini. I do. Let's try it. Cisco. November 13th. So, if the market maker move is $2.2 and they're at 39, that's basically saying 37 will be the bottom. So I'll go down to 36 to be safe. I can sell the 36 put, buy the 35 put, and then on the call side, the calls don't even go that high. For the calls, see if the 36 is about 19. Where did I go to get the call? I could go out to 42.5. I can go to 42. Okay, so that's about $3 away. And then I can buy the 43 call. Actually, sell and buy the 42.5 call and 43.5 call. 18 cents credit. The bid is 15 and the ask is 21, so it's about 6 cents apart. I don't know if it'll fill, but let's try to fill it at 18. If we do, yep, there it is at 18. We can play those Cisco earnings. So we got that filled. We're about $3 away from the price on either side, and the market maker was about 2.2. Moving around now, it actually is exactly 2.2, but it looks like I'm at least $3 away on both sides. Right, so 36, yes, and then 42.5, yeah, so exactly in the middle. We want it to be around 39.25 would be our exact middle, I believe. So if I went to here and went 39, so the top is 42.5. Can't even see it on here. 42.50. And I bought the 43.50. So I bought it way up there because I wanted the 10% chance of it not going there. And then, I mean, you look at these earnings before, we haven't really had much movement on earnings. This could have been earnings right here, maybe. Not sure. I keep saying I need to stop saying This is, we have the 36 and the 35 at the bottom, so we'll do 36 here. 36 and 35. So we bought the 35 call and the 43.5 put. No, for the 35 put, the 42.5 call. We are going to change those to green to show that we bought those. And we want the stock after earnings by the end of next tomorrow to be between these two prices. And that looks very likely, and that'll give us $18 for risking 100. SPY cooling off back down to the 180 MA here on the 1 minute chart up here. 1 minute chart on Disney. Disney's performing a little bit better here in relation to SPY, but earlier you had SPY run up when Disney did not right here. So Disney's just catching up now. Coles, I really, really wanted to see a breakthrough 23.5. That would have been my long. If you look at Coles on the 1 hour. I wanted this MACD so bad. This MACD was looking really good. If you saw these lines crossed, that could have meant a good long there. Oh well, we'll keep watching it. If we get the line cross and we have a candle open above this level, like by opening above, I mean like the first candle to be fully on top of this line. So like this one right here. If we get something like this, even if it's a really short one, it's just not touching that green line, I'll probably buy 10 or so shares of Coles and see what happens. But this rejection off of that 9 period MA might suggest we have a little bit to go. I really do hope not, because I was wanting to get into Coles here before the end of the week. Oh well. Let me open my Robinhood. So my Robinhood is now, I'm already up a little bit on that Cisco Condor. I don't care about my update. Please stop. Let's go to, let's see, we don't need to see 2 charts of Coles. Let's go back to Cisco, CSCO. Okay, and you can see that when we're zoomed in, you can't even see where our option legs are. They're that far away. They'd have to go out like crazy. I can go to that one maybe to look at that. Alrighty. SPY, I'm watching to confirm over this. This price level here was a resistance earlier, support there. It was our day high at one point, and then it acted as support here twice. So it could be a resist, could act as support a third time. With the MACD and RSI, you'd think on the 1 minute at least that they could break through there. But if we look at them on the other time frames here, I'm not thinking that's the case. We got the MACD, RSI showing we could be trending down. What about the 15 minute? 15 minute also pointing to possible downtrend. But the MACD lines are very close to the 0 line, and the RSI is right there around 50. Last one, 1 hour. This is I hate looking at these. This is nothing. You can take nothing from this. This is just like, it looks like there's a line cross, but it somehow looks bearish. I don't know. I think it's just the market indicators trying to recover from being sent into a whirlwind by shooting up through all-time highs and then selling off back down under them the other day. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. What are you talking about? I'm getting 6,000 viewers will experience buffering. Yeah, 1 minute before that it said stream health is excellent. Yeah, it says it's working right here. I hope it is. It looks fine on mine, and I'm actually receiving mine through a stream. Yeah, now it says it's excellent again. Okay, so we're fine. Ally Invest. Let's see how our Disney Condor is. We're up $11 on this side, $3 on that side. So we're already up $14 on the Disney Condor that took, I think, $200 of collateral. Yes. Not really much to watch from Cisco. I mean, I can have Cisco up here, but they're really not gonna... They're not moving. I'd rather watch something like Coles. Setting a new level of support here, possibly. See, they found support here twice in a row. See what that looks like on the 1 minute. Looks pretty good. I'll move it down a little bit because I think that it should go a bit lower here where it poked under. Maybe you call... Look at how many cents apart that is. So 23.08 is about where we hit there. 1 minute MACD. We might be done moving. That's unfortunate. I wanted them to be a good swing up. Low RSI scanner on the 1 hour, possibly? No, this is the 1 hour. What with the 1 day? Let's go back to our other charts here. Disney and SPY looking fine. Let's just look here. Let's zoom out on this one. Oh, this is a brand new stock? Must be. RSI just started and they're super low. Okay. Fawn, I think. Looks like they're just trending down for a really long time here. From 17 down to 1463. Not that there weren't some times where you could have gotten in for a profit, like right here. MACD line cross there. Would have been stopped out here, so that might not have even been much right there. Too big of a downtrend for it to be worth anything here. FHTX looks like a brand new stock. It's been open for about 3 weeks. The MACD is very low. But your moving average convergence divergence is going to be very weird when you're stock like that. Here's HBI again. Are they still gonna? I wanted to find support above this 180 MA. 180 MA so bad, but it doesn't look like they want to. They're kind of starting to fail through there, and you never like that look where you see the super low MACD on earnings and it starts to trend up, and then you're like, oh no, we're gonna start going down again. It's like it wasn't consolidating to go up; it was consolidating to build up enough momentum to keep going down. Those are always the worst. Innovation. I thought that was Inovio when I saw that. INO is Inovio. Looks like they're going through new lows now. That would be a good short, I think. Very fundamental looking short there on the 1 day. MCFE. New stock again. Not high volume. Ping. They look like a new stock as well. Kind of suffered through the crash, but they were up at 29. Hit all-time highs at 37, and now we're going back down. This is one of the biggest downtrends I've seen from this stock, like ever. Like, I mean, look at this. This is after earnings though, so earnings sell-off that lasts basically 5 days. You've gone from 24 down to 20, flat almost. That's very interesting. I don't know if that would be a good buy or not, considering that the MACD is kind of consolidating down there. I don't know if I would look at that at all. Looks like 6 or 7 straight days are you gone down. SNPHY, whatever this is. They sold off these last few days. Low volume. Somebody sold a ton here. 72,000 shares. Might not have even been on anything. It could have just been one guy. But big sell-off from here. Not sure what news is on this. Alrighty. Disney looking at new highs again. Let's mark this. 137.40. I think that's not our highs of the day though. That's just a new level of. Ooh boy, you guys see this? I like this pattern. Look at these buyers. These buyers are moving their threshold up. It's creating a wedge pattern here for us. Extend to the right. This could be your break right here. You could long at about 45 just to make sure that they're not wicking above like they did here. Like that. That might be it. You triggered into some buys. That could be a long. Not sure where your short would be at this point. Your stop could be the 9-period SMA or this line down here if you're more lenient. Making your take profit if you had your stop right about there at 32. This is 40. You'd want to get about 50, maybe 55. Go for 52 or 54. If you're just doing a little scalp breakout here, you could do 52, I think. Put in an order of 52, it might get filled. Back up, it's a white candle again. Now it's gray. Oh, I really wish Coles would have done something. The reason why I wouldn't sell out of Disney just yet is because you want to make sure that this isn't just a consolidation down. I mean, I'm working on learning my Fibonacci retracements, and then I should be able to use that a little bit for this stuff. Ah, the scrolly thing. Okay. You're at 51. You may have been able to be filled at 52 up there if you're doing 100 or so shares. You could probably sell about half, move your stop up to here, so your break even is not going to be there, and your profit per share is going to be about 46. If I said get in at 45, sell at 52, your profit per share might only be a few cents. So it might only be a few dollars for the scalp if you were doing 100 shares. There's probably more liquid stocks not more liquid, but more volatile stocks in the market. But I really like that Disney short I saw earlier. So your stop loss here could either be 46, or you could just move it down to that line, which would make it basically break even. But in that case, you would actually get you would get the experience of doing the trade, though. That's a good strong white candle. Right back up, new highs. There you go. Back at the 52. If you decided that your stop would be 46 or so, you could have just taken the rest up there at 52 and called it good. MACD and RSI look like they want to turn around. You might have one last shot at filling at 52 up here. But looking at the level 2 here, not sure if we'll get that. I hope so. Not trading it. I'm just talking about it, but it's like paper trading, but with your mind. You're not even doing the paper account. $51. See if you get filled at 52. You might have been able to have been filled for 52 there. With such high Disney liquidity. 51, 52. If you went for market up there, I think you would have been all right. But there's your MACD reversal. I think we're done there. Yeah, I'd just sell out now. That's done. So yeah, I mean, if you got filled up here at like 52, good for you. If not, maybe your stop got moved up to here and you got out at break even or a little bit of a profit. But if you're still holding now, I mean, this scalp would probably be considered not a failure, but you probably should have sold it all before it went down through this level, because it blew through here pretty fast. I think people started setting up their sells right here at this level. They're like, I'm gonna sell if it goes back below there. Somebody just bought 4,000 Wells Fargo calls for November 20th, $25 calls for 21 cents for 100,000 deltas. So when they say deltas instead of like dollars, deltas is how many dollars your account would go up by if the stock moved $1. So even though you'd think, oh, well, with 1,000 options, if it goes up $1, that's $100,000. Well, the delta is different. The delta kind of like with an out of the money option. Like if SPY is at 350 and you have a 380 call. If SPY goes up $1, the 380 call isn't going to spike up to $105. It's going to be a lot cheaper. It's going to move a little bit less, but it'll still move up some. For every dollar move, it might go up 1 or 2 cents if you're that far away from the money. But if you're closer in a different range, like if you're a few dollars away from the money, the delta might be closer to 50, maybe 40. If you're looking at weekly stuff that expires in a couple of days. So, um, the delta is a way of converting it to dollars, but it's not always 1 to 100. So the 4,000 Wells Fargo calls together, $21 each. So 4,000 times 21 is how many dollars he paid. So $84,000. He paid $84,000, but for every dollar Wells Fargo goes up by, he'll make $100,000. So if Wells Fargo went up $1, if it went up 80 cents, he would double his money. Good for him. Just like the guy who just bought 5,000 HYG puts for 179,000 deltas. Holy cow. The reason why I like looking at those is just first of all, it's motivation. SPY sell off. I stupid didn't even see it. Thing about what was I saying? The big delta trades. I like looking at those because it kind of encourages me. Like that could be eventually what you're doing. Big stuff like that. Maybe not like hundreds of thousands of dollars per trade, but making a living off of it. Right now, I'm only making. Only a couple $100 a day. Not enough to like support anybody. And that's only on my good days. I actually have been doing as well as lately. But I'm trying to get consistent. I like looking at those trades also because it can give you an idea of what big money investors think about the market right now. It can give you a different idea. So if somebody is super bearish on, well, that's another thing. You might not know whether or not they're actually bullish or bearish on the position because they might own other stuff. They might have bought all of those puts just to hedge against something they've already done. And that's not factored in there. So got about 25 minutes left here, and then I will call it good for the day. I'm going to be making a new video in the next couple days about this, the exponential moving average, which is different than the simple moving average in a couple of ways. And I'll explain that in my video and when you might want to use one over the other, something like that. So, why Bank of America is bullish on coals back on October 21st. Don't know if they're up since then. Well, when bank analysts give outlooks like that, they don't just say, it's not, it's got to be the next couple months. If they're not up in mid-November, then we failed. No. I got to pull this blanket up a little bit. I got my first PC parts today for my big dream build. I'm going to start streaming off of that thing soon. I need to afford it first. I need to be able to afford it. But I got a couple parts, so little account's up $3 now. Nothing to celebrate, but I mean, actually, it is something to celebrate because not losing, which is preferable. SPY slipping, Disney climbing. I mean, look at Disney. They're above that new level of resistance that we put. So they're kind of traveling through one of those again. You know what that means? Now, you're not always going to get perfect setups every time, but look, if we zoom out, I wonder if we could have a more muted drop like what we had here. This was a great short, 136, 138 down to almost 137, almost a whole dollar on Disney. And Disney does not move a ton. They have their earnings. So there's something. There's that breakout you saw over the top. I mean, they might go back up. Might long them through this. But I don't know if we'll have much more buying before the move here. My SPY condors are going back down. What's going on here on SPY? Citizens be getting AIDS. Fox News daytime ratings have completely collapsed. Oh, Trump tweet. That was at 11, 10, 11. So right here. Well, people have started selling off since then. Not sure if it was the Trump tweet. There's a lot of other stuff about. A lot of people are moving back to stuff. Oh, you don't say. Status of coronavirus relief discussion. Schumer says a House passed relief bill should be a starting point. Yeah, it was a starting point 6 months ago. Anyway. Man, we were up on the day and then this thing. Now SPY's dip into what could be. Yeah, that's a big dip there, day lows. Good thing we got out of those puts. I regretted it earlier, but approaching day lows now. See if they find support or if they're just going to blast through there. Because we have two lines. We could blast through this line, but then find support at 67. I mean, there's some buyers coming in at 67 there. But if we go back to here and we draw another line, down here like 65-ish. See if they're going through both of them. Those condors will be fine. Like the legs, the closest condor leg I have for SPY is at 344. So $10 away right now. Not to say they won't get closer, but I think that's a pretty good buffer to have there. I think that's for next week. Yeah. Put spread for SPY, it's $10 right now. That's how much it is. 344, 333. 344, 343 put spread here for the 18th, which is, I think, next Wednesday. Looking good, Disney. I'm gonna go to YouTube here. I need to fix something on my channel here real quick. There's not really anything going on now. I mean, SPY's going down, but my condors should be fine there. Okay. Getting better. I'm really enjoying doing this stream, so hopefully it gains some more traction. I'm not doing this for money or anything. I like sharing this with people, so. Okay. Losing a bit of steam here. SPY's dipping pretty low. On the 1 minute, though, we got the MACD. I think on the 5 minute, though, might be going against them, pointing to a downward trend here. 15 minutes, kind of weak. 5 minute, yeah, we had the line cross back up here. So that would have actually been a really good short, I think, for SPY, selling a credit spread up here for calls. I should have been looking for that. Oh, well. Might be a good thing to do to just swing trade credit spreads, but then constantly be doing condors. That might be a good strategy I'll have to look into. I'll start that next week because I don't want to do anything right now where I'd have to hold something that I try for the first time now through the weekend. So I'll try next week when I can pick, like, oh, you could pick the Wednesday expiration next week on Monday or something. So Disney running back up. They're nowhere near the 138.5 level, but if we go to trade, we can see that. This is our Iron Condor on Unity. Let's go back to Disney. No, sorry, not Coles. Disney's 4. If we sold the 120, what did I say I was doing? 127, 125. Okay, sell Iron Condor. 127 put. Buy the 125 put. Buy the 145 call. Sell the 143 call. Not confirm and send. I can't even on here. I don't have money. Not on there. Oh. You took my order away. Is it still on here? No, it got deleted. Let's try this again. Sell Iron Condor. I just want to see what the strike of that thing is. Okay, so we're selling the put. Selling the 127 put. Buying the 125 put. Buying the 145 call. Selling the 143 call. 42. I got filled at 37, so we're down $5 on it. SPY good rebound, though. Happened when I wasn't looking here. Coles trying to fight back. Come on. They put in a triple bottom. Look at that beautiful support they put in. That looks great. Okay, let's go back to here. Okay. Good on this. S&P 500 futures briefly fall below the 3550 level. Yep. So somewhere around here. The S&P 500 futures is /ES, the E-minis. They they kind of do a good job of reflecting SPY, but they're not identical per se. They said they drop below the 3550 level, so that would be 355.50. I mean, that's way up here. So 355.50 level might be down here on the futures. Still got the same looking lower RSIs here. Not really any I was liking. I'm just waiting on Coles, really. I want them back. Personal. I'll just go to my long-term portfolio. Fill up this side here. We're gonna move this so we're filling in that entire like that. And then we'll move this down to there. So there we go. So I filled in this whole thing. So this is my long-term stuff. This is what I like to put in long-term. What does this mean? What does a green mean? Ooh. I can command click it and it shows up. That's cool. Okay, I want to see Disney. Go by symbol. Disney's on here. Boom. Disney. Let's go back to KSS for now. Come on, Coles. Maybe the 30-minute would look nicer. 30-minute, you got the lines crossing already. I want to wait for them all to cross at the same time. Fed Chair Jay Powell calls U.S. economic recovery faster than expected. Well, that's good. Oh, I wonder if Powell's talking. That could be it. My average watch time of the stream is 22 minutes, 50 seconds. Not bad. I think one of them might just be my phone also watching it. Trying to get there. Fed's Powell says recovery has slowed and that it's uneven. Well, yeah, if you say something like that and the market decides to react accordingly, then anything he says will be proven true. So just go look at the market. They've been slow. You see this? Right when I started talking about us being slow, they became slow. That's kind of what's happening. I mean, I know it's not all him, just his comments will accelerate anything there. Condors are back into the positive. Well, positive enough to make today positive. So I am doing 2 earnings plays right now. I'm doing a really small size on Cisco, and then I'm doing a medium size on Disney. With Disney, I'm doing the 127, 120, 143 Iron Condor with a $2 wide spread. So the 127s, I finance that by buying the 125 puts. And to finance the 143 call that I sold, I bought the 145 call. So the difference between the 143 and the 145 call, if they finish below and those both finish out of the money and expire at nothing, I will have sold the 143 for more than what I bought the 145 for. I will have sold the 127 for more than I bought the 125 for. And then when everything goes to zero, you come out ahead. Old resistance becomes new support. Right here. Or the other way. You could do it both. Fed's Powell says next few months could be challenging. They could be. Fed Powell says it's too soon to assess the implication of vaccine news for the economy. Risk to economic recovery is rising. COVID-19 cases. I wonder how much of the cases are spread when people just let their guard down. Because I feel like if you look at the trend line of COVID's growth, it's almost like when it was lower, people just forgot about it and started doing stuff normally again. And then it started to rise and like, uh-oh, now we all gotta panic. It's like a moving average. It's lagging behind. When you pass it though, you're like, oh crap, we should panic. And when you're below, you're like, oh, we're fine. It takes 2 weeks for the actual results of the virus to of what you were doing a couple weeks ago before you could have gotten it. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going into that right now. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I got the Cisco earnings. I got the Disney earnings. I have the SPY Condors that are doing okay, but since Powell's speaking, they're raising in price a little bit. I think we'll be fine there. Disney trending up. They did fail below that level of resistance we plotted out earlier. But we will see if that was just a fluke because Powell was talking or what. We do have a little bit of a high MACD, mid-range RSI, and then here on SPY on the 5-minute, we have what could be a little bit of turnaround in the MACD. The RSI is almost to 50 already, which is a little bit concerning for that. ECB President Christine Lagarde says COVID vaccine reduces uncertainty. Yeah, it does. That's basically all it does. I like how she phrased that. How it's not the answer to all of our problems. It's just reducing the uncertainty. It helped that the election is over. It helps that the vaccine might be coming soon. But we can't all just pump the market to all-time highs and act like it's normal. Oh, yes, everything's going back to normal. Let's all buy stock again. I'm not saying don't buy stock. I'm saying understand why it's moving. And if the movement it made was too much for right now. So, got about 5 minutes left. The stream's actually gone a little bit more than 3 hours today because I started it a bit early. Same with yesterday, except with yesterday I started it early on accident, so I wasn't really talking at the beginning. I just opened YouTube and it was already streaming. So yeah, I just smeared my glasses here. I think I just made it worse. Okay, it's fine. So it looks like Disney's putting in that level of resistance, but it's a little bit lower than where I had it charted out. So perhaps they want it to look more like this. That might be it right there. So we'll see if SPY has it kind of bounced off this moving average right here. I wonder if they'll want to come back to that level here soon. My headphones. There we go. Watching that candle closely. I think that's the last one we'll see open while I'm on stream. Might see a new one open. Maybe we'll get some confirmation above. Could go back to a bit of a bullish correction there, so we will see. My little mini account is going back and forth between red and green because of the volatility of these options. There's another breakdown for Disney. It's not as big as the other one. Well, okay, well it's close. A lot of people are ready to sell. But just from a sheer drop perspective, I mean, this was the other short. This is here. So even if you blew down through the 180 MA and went back down to here, that's still not as big. You could get almost as much, but if you were shorting through there. High MACD. RSI was already pretty low, so not as good of an entry point as over here. This was a way better one. But there's another one right there. If you caught that, good for you. Airlines recovering as day progresses. HA leading to the upside, 2.4%. It's a good correction there for airlines. We saw Southwest on our thing here. Let's see what I meant to command click it. Here, let's go Southwest. LUV. They are trending up today. Good for them. You got MACD lines here on the 1 hour. Might cross. But you do have a high RSI here on the 5 minute and the 1 minute combined. So long-term time frame though, could have been a good buy in here this morning, although it was not done going down according to the MACD. So well, I'm gonna keep watching Kohl's. If they have a candle on the 1 hour open completely above this 9 period SMA today, I will probably buy about 10 or so shares. Other than that, I just have a few SPY condors for different dates, different strikes. The closest one I have is 344 and like a 367 is the closest my condor legs get. And I have the Cisco earnings, 36 put, 42.5 iron condor. for $1 of collateral, so I went $1 out further than those. So the 43.5 call and the 35 put are the ones that I bought back. My Rocket Condor, while it is worth 1 cent, will not fill at 1 cent. So I'm just going to have to let that money sit. And I think I will be good for tomorrow. Third day in a row, Pennsylvania's recording record high number of new COVID cases. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah. Well, you're always going to have ups and downs, waves and stuff. So, all right. Well, keep an eye on Coles. Got my Spy Condors. I got my Cisco Condor. Rocket Condor's done. It's won. And Disney earnings. We'll see what happens there. It is now 11 o'clock, so that is the end of my stream. I hope you guys liked it. I will be back same time tomorrow to close out the second week in November. Yes. Alrighty. Well, I will, see you guys tomorrow.